Walking in sovereignty, when audacity reshapes reality. This is about what happens when you stop asking for permission and start moving as if you're already chosen. Sovereignty is not a crown you earn. It is a state of remembrance. It begins the moment you realize that waiting is a spell, and you are the one who can break it. For too long, you've been conditioned to defer your own divinity, to wait for signs, validation, timing, approval. But life bends not to the one who waits, it bends to the one who walks. When you decide to move, the universe rearranges itself around your certainty. Ever wondered what it would be like to live from that level of inner authority, to wake and feel no trace of hesitation in your chest, no apology in your tone, no question mark in your presence? Sovereignty is not rebellion. It is rhythm dash dash, the natural cadence of a soul that finally trusts its own pulse. You stop measuring your worth by reaction and start measuring it by resonance. You stop explaining your becoming to those still committed to their forgetting. Walking in sovereignty doesn't always look graceful. It looks like boundaries that shock people. Who benefited from your silence? It looks like saying no without writing an essay of justification. It looks like letting people misunderstand you and trusting that your energy will speak where words cannot. Ever wondered what it would feel like to no longer chase understanding but embody clarity? To move through rooms, not seeking permission to belong, but radiating the quiet assurance that you already do. When audacity reshapes reality, you begin to notice subtle shifts. Opportunities that once hid from you now find their way into your orbit. Relationships that once drained you start to dissolve with grace. Your external world rearranges itself to match the frequency of your truth. Reality is not fixed, it is responsive. Every thought, every boundary, every belief is an architectural line in the house of your experience. When you change the blueprint, the walls of your world move. You don't command this through effort. You do it through embodiment. Embodiment is alignment in motion. It's what happens when knowing becomes living. When you stop performing spirituality and start breathing it. Ever wondered what it would be like to treat your intuition as law, to let inner knowing outrank external noise, to make choices that feel like home in your bones even when no one claps for them? That is walking in sovereignty. It's not loud, it's lucid. It's not forceful, it's fluent. You speak and the energy listens. You step and the path appears. You rest and stillness becomes strategy. You'll notice as you live from this awareness, the world starts mirroring your internal order. Where there was chaos, there's coherence. Where there was delay, there's divine precision. It's not that things suddenly become easy. It's that your being stops resisting its own design. Ever wondered why certain doors closed when you were finally ready to knock? Sovereignty teaches that closure is not denial. It's redirection. Reality reorganizes itself to protect your alignment, not your attachments. There will be moments when walking in sovereignty feels lonely. That's because few have learned to breathe that altitude. But solitude is the sanctuary, where your voice grows louder than the world's echo. In that silence, you realize you were never abandoned, only invited to hear yourself again. Sovereignty doesn't make you superior, it makes you sincere. You no longer crave validation, so your love becomes cleaner. You no longer fear loss, so your giving becomes freer. You no longer hide behind potential, so your presence becomes prophetic. Ever wondered what it would be like to stand in the middle of uncertainty and feel utterly unshaken? That's not detachment. That's divine composure. It's the awareness that nothing real can be threatened. The more you embody that, the more the world reflects it back as stability, opportunity, flow. Audacity reshapes reality because it is the frequency of creation remembering itself. Every sovereign being becomes a living permission slip for others to awaken. You won't have to preach, your peace will do the talking. You start moving as if grace is your default, as if every breath is an answered prayer, as if the entire universe is conspiring with your yes. Because it is, it always was. It was only waiting for you to choose your throne again. Ever wondered how much energy would return to you if you stopped managing perception, how light life could feel? If you stopped bracing for disappointment, how miraculous it could be? If you met each moment as if you designed it. Walking in sovereignty is not about control, it's about communion. You walk with the unseen, and the unseen walks with you. You become a co-author with life itself. Not pleading, not proving, just participating. Each time you honor intuition over impulse, you reinforce the architecture of trust. Each time you act from love instead of fear, you remodel your reality into higher alignment. Each time you choose rest without guilt, you declare, I am not a machine. I am a masterpiece in motion. Ever wondered what it would be like to live as though the divine were not above you, but within you, breathing, choosing, creating through you? That's sovereignty, not separation, but oneness remembered. When you walk in that remembrance, your very presence becomes instruction. You teach through vibration, through the way you hold eye contact, through the calm you carry in chaos. Your energy becomes a sermon that says, it is safe to be free. This is what happens when audacity reshapes reality. The world no longer defines you, it reflects you. Your outer circumstances become translators of your inner conviction. The old patterns crumble not because you fight them, but because you've outgrown their frequency. Ever wondered what it would feel like to wake up and realize there's nothing left to prove? To walk into a room and feel no urge to adjust your light? That is the freedom sovereignty brings. The quiet authority of one who remembers, I am the evidence of divine design. So walk as if chosen because you are. Walk as if guided because you are. Walk as if creation itself leans in to watch what you'll do next. Because it does. You are not here to mimic safety. You are here to model freedom, and every sovereign step you take re-scripts the collective field. When you move from obedience to origin, when you stop asking for permission to exist, your very presence becomes revolution, the kind that restores, not rebels, the kind that heals, not harms, the kind that rebuilds the world in the image of remembrance. This is the walk of sovereignty. This is what happens when audacity reshapes reality.